All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ben Dixon here with MLM Monday episode 120. Is that awesome or what? This weekly show has been a lot of fun to put together, and it's been exciting to share thoughts and just with each of you as we interview different folks in the space and even share thoughts. So today's topic, if you're brand new and you're just joining us, go ahead and tap below in the comments, say watching new. If you're on replay, go ahead and comment below watching on replay. And we're looking forward to connecting with each and every single one of you today. So questions today: when do we stop recruiting? What are the tips for building your core team? And how do you find your top earner? As you can tell, these are different questions that we get many times when we're interacting with startup companies here inside of the space. So whether it's connecting and sharing case studies through the Direct Selling Executives Forum, or whether it's our work here at NaXum as we're serving different direct sales companies in the space and helping them grow with their tools and systems, we get these questions from core teams. And I think they're really powerful questions because they actually go ahead and they make you think about the mindset of the person who's asking it. So this is what I always find funny is, when do you stop recruiting? The answer is never. You always continue recruiting as a corporate M1 team. You're constantly selling the vision of why your company exists. You're constantly selling the vision of why people should be involved to your existing and new members always. You know, I am excited to say that some of the clients I've seen who have done the greatest in the space, they're founders, they're visionary founders, still to this day participate in sometimes monthly and always quarterly events around the nations and countries. So they're still actively out there sharing the message of the vision and sharing what's possible with families to be involved in these companies. So you got to think about that for a minute. Is there ever a time you're done? Like, oh yeah, it's just all going to be good from there. No, your vision is something that needs to be sold and resold again and again and again in the space. And so don't think that you're going to find just one leader and they're going to lead you to the promised land of all leaders. When it comes to building your core leadership team and even your top earner, these are things that happen in time. Statistically, if you look back at other direct sales companies in the space, many of the times their top earner is not someone who joined them in their first year, first 2 years, first 3 years, first 5 years at times. Many times it's somebody who, after the company already is doing $1 million a month in commission or more, it's someone who joins that company and says, wow, I really believe in this vision, and goes to work and creates what becomes their largest organization inside of that company. And so don't think that recruiting and building your tribe is something you only do once, or is a one-off activity, or you just check it off the list. It's literally a constant part of your daily operations, is the fact that your visionaries and your leadership team are constantly working to recruit the people who are going to be involved and are available for sharing that vision and for spreading that with others. Well, what are some of the ways that we see top earners doing this, actual corporate folks doing this in the space today? One, we see our Sunday motivational calls all the time. Sunday, Monday motivational calls, hopping on Facebook Live inside of a distributor group or inside of our webinar platform in the system, sharing stories of how the company has changed others people's lives and sharing what's possible for people with your vision. That's something that happens all the time on a weekly basis, constantly, in cultures of the companies we see growing. Also, we see done-for-you closing webinars. And what do we mean by that? We see a ton of direct sales companies today having the corporate team and top earners coming together to collaborate on weekly and sometimes even daily live stream broadcasts where they're presenting the vision and telling the story and closing on behalf of the members who have invited their guests. Now think about that for a moment and look at your own company and what it feels like for someone to recruit someone else for the business opportunity. And ask yourself, does the brand new person have a great shot at success in recruiting someone else for the opportunity? What does it feel like? Are you just doing regular Facebook Lives or Zooms where the call to actions get back to the person who invited you to get started, and you're hoping that the newest person can somehow convert the person they've brought to that presentation to join them on the team, that they're going to lead them to the promised land? Maybe you should look at some of the technology that companies in the space are using today where top leaders can close on behalf of the members who invite their guests. If you want more information on that, send me a message here on Facebook or reply to an email if you're watching from the newsletter. And we'd be glad to plug you in with some of the case studies around companies who have shifted their live stream culture to actually closing on behalf of the people who have invited their guests. It's an important distinction to think about because it changes the culture of what it feels like. So when do you stop recruiting? Never. What does it take to get your core team? It takes not only plugging in the people you believe are going to be your core team, but then setting goals with them and only allowing people who actually hit and achieve and win those goals to stay, and constantly bringing the next person in who's going to be a part of that, is going to play at that level. When do you have your top earner in the company? You'll never know, because when you think someone's a top earner now, or the stats say they're the top earner now, right, that person may not be the top earner forever. And so you want to always keep your eyes open and be constantly sharing the vision of what's possible with your company, because you never know if it's going to be year 4 or year 5 or year 6 to where that dominant player, him or her, come across the line and join your company and commit to your vision in a way like no one else has before. And so these are the things to be thinking about. And once again, don't think about recruitment and building your tribe as a one-time event, but think about it as a daily activity. All right. Thank you so much for checking out the live today. Wishing each and all of you the best as you prepare for 2020. And we'll look forward to connecting with you soon. Bye for now.